The transformation of Manchester United under Erik Ten Hag. Since Sir Alex Ferguson retired in 2013, the Manchester United manager's job has seemed like an impossible task. Many managers with illustrious CVs, including Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, and Ralf Rangnick, have tried and failed. This, however, did not discourage the Dutchman, Erik Ten Hag, who took on the position in 2022 after Manchester United had just finished their worst-ever season in the club's history. In under a year, he has brought the club back to winning ways. At the time of filming, the team is currently on a 10-game unbeaten run and have failed to lose at home in 20 games. They've also acquired their first trophy in 6 years after beating Newcastle United in the Carabao League Cup final. So, how has Ten Hag achieved this in such a short space of time? We'll be exploring the manager's focus on attacking play, key signings, and the termination of Cristiano Ronaldo's contract. But before we get started, be sure to like the video, smash the subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell for more football content. Let's go back to where it all began. In the 2021-22 season, Manchester United finished with their worst points tally ever. After finally signing Jadon Sancho from Borussia Dortmund, Raphael Varane from Real Madrid, and with the return of Cristiano Ronaldo from Juventus, the Red Devils were looking to build on a second-place finish in the Premier League and Europa League last season. Under Solskjaer, Manchester United started the season in promising fashion, winning their opening 3 games. However, their form soon dipped, and they struggled to find consistency. They were knocked out of the Carabao Cup by West Ham United at home in the 3rd round, and suffered emphatic losses to Leicester City, Liverpool, and Aston Villa, as well as drawing with Everton. Between these setbacks, Solskjaer's men managed to get past an already struggling Tottenham, who couldn't find their identity under Nuno Espirito Santo. Nevertheless, this was not enough to breathe a new lease of life into the team as they went on lose against Manchester City and Watford. Unfortunately, this was the final straw for Solskjaer, and he was replaced by Ralf Rangnick on an interim basis until the end of the season. Rangnick's appointment was seen as a temporary measure, with the German coach tasked with stabilizing the team and preparing the club for a more long-term project. He brought a more disciplined approach to the team, emphasizing the importance of defensive solidity and pressing from the front. Under Rangnick, Manchester United's form stabilized. They went on an 8-game unbeaten run in the Premier League at the turn of the new year, which included impressive victories over Brighton and Hove Albion, Leeds United, and West Ham United. However, things went downhill from there. In their last 12 games, the team won just 3 and ended the season in 6th place with a poorly 58 points. This was 13 points behind the Champions League spots. In contrast, Manchester United have enjoyed tangible success under Erik Ten Hag in just 9 months. Around this time last year, the team had just gotten thrashed 4-1 in the Manchester Derby and gone stumbling out of the Champions League at the hands of Atletico Madrid. Furthermore, boos had begun to ring around the grounds at Old Trafford. Since then, Erik Ten Hag's tactical approach at the club has been a breath of fresh air for the club. His philosophy emphasizes possession, quick and decisive passing, and a focus on attacking play. His guidance has allowed the team to develop a more fluid and dynamic style of play that has been difficult for opponents to counter. One of the key aspects of Ten Hag's approach is his focus on possession. Manchester United has become a team that is more comfortable in possession and can control the tempo of games. Although Ten Hag's team have only improved their average possession in the Premier League by 0.7% this season, they have begun playing with their defense on the halfway line. This has allowed the team to create more scoring opportunities and limit the opposition's chances. Ten Hag's emphasis on quick, decisive passing has also been a major factor in the team's success. The players have been encouraged to move the ball quickly and make incisive passes that break down opposing defenses, especially those set up for the low block. This has led to a more attacking style of play that has been entertaining and attractive to watch. In addition to the focus on attacking play, Ten Hag has also prioritized the development of young talent. Despite sending Amad Diallo, Shola Shoretire, and Hannibal Mejbri out on loan for more regular game time, he has given opportunities to players like Kabi Mainu, Alejandro Garnacho, and Facundo Pellistri, who have impressed in their limited appearances. Ten Hag's commitment to youth development has earned him praise from fans and pundits alike, and it's clear that he sees the long-term potential of the club's young players. Ten Hag's ability to adapt to different situations and make tactical changes during games has also been a key factor in his success at the club. He has shown a willingness to make changes during games, and his substitutions have often had a significant impact. Antony's goal against Barcelona in the second leg of the Europa League round of 32 was the 19th time a substitute has scored for Ten Hag in all competitions. It is the highest number achieved by any club in Europe this season. If he sees an issue on field, he changes it. Off the field, Ten Hag has also made significant changes to the club's culture. He has emphasized the importance of teamwork and instilled a sense of unity among the players. At the start of the 2022-23 season, Manchester United suffered two big losses against Brentford and Brighton and Hove Albion. At the G-Tech Community Stadium, the team were outrun by 14 kilometers. As a result, the manager instructed the team to run the same distance the following day, which was meant to be their day off. The team were upset at first, however, were surprised to learn that the manager was going to run the distance alongside them to show that they were all in it together. The change in culture is evident by those outside the club too, as Jamie Carragher said on Sky Sports. It does feel like you're watching a different Manchester United, and that's not just down to buying players. There's a spirit and togetherness with them now. Although Ten Hag has brought his own ideas and ethos to the club, he has also bought into the culture and philosophy of the city of Manchester. The Dutchman can regularly be seen dining out for meals in the city centre, cycling with his spouse in the Hale area, and recently went out for dinner with Sir Alex Ferguson in Wilmslow to pick his brains. And his reasoning behind this is pretty simple. Speaking to Sky Sports News before his trip to Wembley for the Carabao League Cup final, Erik Ten Hag said, "You have to understand the area, the people, the culture. You have to feel what they feel to know what the right thing is to do." It has allowed him to embed himself into the club's historic culture, and he is currently reaping the benefits. Ten Hag additionally benefited from a £250 million war chest in the summer, which allowed him to acquire the Brazilian duo Casemiro and Antony, midfielder Christian Eriksen, left-back Tyrell Malacia, ex-Ajax player Lisandro Martinez, and Dutch forward Wout Weghorst. This has had a significant impact on the dressing room culture and player performances. In the loss against Brentford at the start of the season, Luke Shaw was subbed off for Tyrell Malacia at half-time and was not seen in the team again for months. Nevertheless, he has taken on the challenge set to him by Ten Hag and has been a mainstay in the team ever since. He has also been a key part of Manchester United's resurgence. Additionally, Antony was brought in as an inverted winger to bring balance to the team's attack, while Lisandro Martinez carried out a similar job in defense while also bringing pace. Manchester United have also been screaming out for a defensive midfielder since Sir Alex Ferguson's retirement. With the addition of Casemiro, the team finally had a player to break up the play and relieve pressure off the defense. It also gave players like Bruno Fernandes and Christian Eriksen more freedom to get up the pitch. He has also managed to get the best out of players who were previously struggling, such as Marcus Rashford, Diogo Dalot, Jadon Sancho, Fred, David De Gea, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Despite the team's current run of good form, it hasn't been an easy ride for Erik. He has had to instill a sense of authority and discipline into his players. He dropped captain Harry Maguire as he did not suit the team's playing style, and Marcus Rashford was dropped for being late to a matchday meeting. The most high-profile dispute, however, was with Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo's return to Manchester United was one of the biggest stories of the 2021-22 football season. The Portuguese superstar rejoined the club after leaving the club 12 years ago, and fans were excited to see him back in a United shirt. Still, just halfway through his 3-year contract, the player left the club through termination after his tell-all interview aired on the Talk TV network with Piers Morgan. Firstly, there were reports of tension between Ronaldo and manager Erik Ten Hag. While the two publicly maintained a positive relationship, there were rumors of disagreements behind the scenes. Some reports suggested that Ronaldo was unhappy with Ten Hag's tactical approach, which emphasized possession, pressing, and quick passing. This did not suit with an aging Ronaldo's own game, who did not have the same fitness and ability he did just 5 or 10 years ago. As a result, he fell out of favor with the manager, who dropped him for big games against Liverpool, Manchester City, and Tottenham. This led him to walking out of the ladder in the 89th minute, which confirmed the rumblings that there was a rift between the pair. Only a month later, just before the World Cup, Ronaldo released his interview with Piers Morgan, and his contract was subsequently terminated. This allowed him to join Saudi Arabian club Al Nassr for an eye-watering £175 million a year. Erik Ten Hag has been described as a magician by many. However, the work is there for all to see. He has reset the club culture to instill discipline and unity throughout the team, injected new life into the squad by promoting from within and spending on world-class players, and dropped key players who did not suit his ethos. So is Ten Hag the real deal at Manchester United? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like the video, comment, and subscribe.